Hello there, everybody. Good morning. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Me personally, I feel like $1 billion today. And that's why I felt like I would share this amazing discovery about raising your vibration after going through hardship. Now, I felt it was important to share this because I discovered this yesterday. I mean, I was going through a lot of, trials and struggles, which means that, as Neville Goddard would say, the harvest is close to emerging into our 3D reality, which is wonderful. And I even had learned that from studying Bob Proctor's lessons about the laws of the universe, the law of rhythm, and the law of polarity is what came to mind because if you're going through a big challenge, it means a great reward is on the other side. Everything has an opposite, right? And then with the law of rhythm, if it's on a very low spree, which I noticed a lot of people were going through low frequencies yesterday with their vibrations. And I actually had reached out feeling in that state, like, to some of the manifestation people trying to get advice in a situation like this, right? Like, what do you do? I even asked a simple question like, do you think it is just like this because the reward's right around the corner, or that the universe is saying, like, I should just trust it more, right? I had felt like that. And I actually had people deleting my comments, kicking me off groups and stuff like that. And I was like, just for asking a question. And at first, that really made me feel bad. Like, I was kind of upset about it. I was feeling like a little bit like in the negative spectrum of things because I was sitting there thinking, that ain't right. Like, if somebody's reaching out for help to be a good person, you should help them. I wouldn't do that to anybody. And then that's when it hit me. I said, that right there is my backlash wave. Because remember the golden rule, everybody: do unto others what you want done unto you. Oddly enough, I received an email right around this time from my first teacher in my, spiritual journey on this never-ending adventure. It's been wonderful. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I would never treat any of them like that. I am so much better than them. I would never do that to anybody. You know what? I'm way better than them. I am way more powerful. I am way more stronger because I am more kind, positive, and loving than they could ever be. Because if somebody was going through a bad day, obviously I'd want to help them. Obviously, I'd want to cheer them up, regardless of what it was. I mean, some people will take to heart what I'm saying, some people won't. That's just how it is. But what I realize is you could actually turn that negative vibration when somebody is negative towards you into a positive. You could flip it, as Bob Proctor always taught me in his lessons too. Try to harvest the good. So there is some real good to that situation. Whenever somebody is treating you bad, remember the golden rule: do unto others what you would want done unto you. So it's like, okay, they deleted my comments, they kind of shelved me away, acted like I wasn't worthy of responding to and acting. But you know what? Then it hit me. I was like, no, you know what? That's not a bad thing. That shows that I am that much better than them. I am that much more kind, that much more loving, and in time, I will be that much stronger. And then, obviously it took me back to the roots of, okay, what would I do to cheer myself up that I love to do? Now, personally, being an artist, I love to sing. So, what I did, and it didn't even matter who was watching. I mean, if people do watch it on Facebook and they like it, I might even post it. But what I did was, okay, what do I love to do? What makes me feel good? What do I have a ball doing? I love singing some of my classic favorite songs. So I went live, just let it go, stayed positive, trying to inspire others, pass the positive energy along because that's good karma, right? And I was just like, you know what? Even if nobody watches, it's good practice for when I'm doing live performances now that COVID's finally starting to end. And I'm having a ball. I'm doing what I love. This is what I want to do. I love making music. I love singing. I love rapping, playing my sax, which all I did was singing yesterday. But even that was enough. I just want to sing some really good songs that capture the feeling of having what my heart already desires, right? So that's what I did. And I ultimately look at it as I had ended up on that low frequency because of, certain things knocking me down there, certain disrespectful people, certain YouTube channels kind of have um a very negative, selfish approach, which I understand you're supposed to love yourself, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't be kind to others. The golden rule states, which Jesus quoted this, the great Neville Goddard quoted this: do unto others what you would want done unto you. I mean, the way I look at it is, you know what? They might act like they're better than me, but I know they're not. Because realistically, I am a way better person at heart because I would never treat anybody that way. So that's why I say, if people are being negative to you, if they're being rude, if they're being jerks, right? Well, you can Medo Zangetsu that right to the netherworld and use your inner backlash wave and say, okay, you're giving me negativity. You meant it for evil. But as Neville Goddard would say, God meant it for good because it shows me, no, I am better than that. I am a way more kinder, loving person. And once you tap into that frequency, it's like, I'm not going to let it break me because I know that you will actually rise so much higher. And I can tell you from personal experience, after I did that, after I tapped into that, no, you know what? I'm better than that. I would never do that to anybody. I'm much more kind, loving, and caring than any of them. And once I tapped into that sort of feeling and frequency, I sang, which is what I love to do. Sang some of my favorite songs from Billie Holiday to Chet Baker to Maria Takeuchi, Ray Charles, Nat King Cole, Louis Jordan, Louis Armstrong, Fats Waller, Brenda Russell. A lot of really positive, upbeat songs, feeling in the groove. And then after I did that, then I noticed more and more great opportunities started just popping out of the sky, showing me that, yes, indeed, I was going through struggles and very hard struggles, the hardest struggles yet on my journey, trying to stay positive and, really work towards my goal and not let anything break me. It was the hardest day in some ways yesterday. But at the same time, I felt so much stronger. There was a feeling of, okay, I have not only surpassed myself, but I have surpassed my father. Just like Inuyasha in the show, right? If anybody's watched the anime Inuyasha, you could totally understand. I had invoked my own backlash way. They meant negativity towards me, but God meant it for good. So with the power of good, I sent it back. That's karma. Because realistically, I am way too loving, kind, and nice to let people push me around, to treat me like dirt. I do deserve better than that. And don't let people do that to you. Don't let them walk all over you. I'm not saying that either. But at the same time, take it to heart that if they're treating you that way and you know in your heart that no, I am better than that, I am a better person, you can use that as your source of power, your greatest inspiration. You can unlock that backlash wave and fire that negativity back at them with so much more positive energy that you really put them in a stalemate. They can't touch you. So that's why I thought, always try to harvest the good and do unto others as you would want done unto you. It truly is the golden rule because if you keep that in your heart, nobody can break you because if they're bad to you, just always remember, okay, I didn't deserve that. I am worthy of getting treated better. I would never do that to anybody. I am so much better than that. And then once you start actually realizing, hey, that's a good thing, that's something to be proud of, then you really will just naturally start to feel better. Now, obviously, also do something you really like after. Do something that it doesn't matter what other people think of it. It doesn't matter if other people are part of it. Let's say you're lonely, you're by yourself, and you wish you had company. Well, then don't worry about that. Do what you would feel most best doing, even if you are alone, and focus on the fact that you know what, it is what it is. You got to accept life sometimes in that regard. But once you overcome struggles and trials, the reward, especially when it's that hard of a struggle and a trial, is that much greater. I mean, to quote the Canadian rapper who was a big hero and influence of me, and I don't even think he realizes the depth of what he said. Without sunshine and rain, the grass won't grow. He said that in a song called X's. Now, I always took that to heart because there is real depth to that. I don't even think he understood. Maybe he did. I don't know. I'd actually love to meet him one day and ask him because he really was a hero being a fellow Canadian rapper. That's why I became the MC known as Super Common Guru Alucard, Guardian of the Earth. Hence why I got my staff, my commie staff, as I call it. But that's why I say that right now. I say for anybody who is going through a hard time, anybody who is going through struggles, if you're getting kicked around, you're getting put down, treated in a negative manner, don't let that break you. Look within yourself and realize, hey, why let that bother me? Why let these people treat me that way? I'm better than that. I don't deserve that. You know what? It don't bother me because the reality is I would never do that to anybody else because you live by the golden rule. Do unto others what you would want done unto you. And you see, that is a very positive energy. That is the right magnetism, the right vibration and attractive quality that you want. Now, I see a lot of people here on YouTube operating by the law of assumption, but take this into consideration. The law of assumption isn't a primary law. It stems off of the law of attraction, which stems off of the law of vibration, meaning you have to change your attitude, your vibration before you can tap into attracting things. Yeah, you can want them. Yeah, you can do a million affirmations every day. You can follow all the steps. But here's the thing, you have to tap into that inner belief within yourself that, like, no, I am worthy of this. I do deserve this. I have worked so hard. I have done this. I have done more than my share of putting energy out, and I have done it for the goodness of others in many cases. I don't even just do this for money or anything. I do it simply to share the wisdom for the good of mankind. That's what actually Neville Goddard said in his book, Feeling is the Secret, one of my favorite books. He said he presented this knowledge in the book so that mankind could maintain and create an ideal world. Now, knowing that, I don't need to benefit or profit off other people and gain money by helping them sharing my wisdom. I'm Super Kami Guru Alucard. I'm the guardian of Earth. I do it because it's good for mankind to share this because most people are not aware of these things. Now, I could tell you from personal experience that, you know what, some people might think, oh, well, shouldn't you get paid for your hard work? I will. I have. For my music, I earn it. I am not going to put a price on something that is just good for mankind. Giving entertainment, working that hard at entertainment, that is one thing. But sharing wisdom to help mankind prosper, become more positive, better their lives, that's something that the universe and God would want. And that is putting you in a good vibration and a good energy to attract good things because you know deep down you're not doing it for selfish gain. You're doing it because it's good. And that's what I would say to anybody today. So if ever, people are kicking you around, they're not treating you very good, they're putting you down. Let's say a lot of you people out there, you're trying to follow the law of assumption and study all these videos on YouTube and learn everything. Keep this in mind. Some of these teachers, no offense, are kind of snobby. They kind of look down on you because they have reached mastery of their craft to the point that they think anybody who is new to this, that is struggling, that, oh, they're just bringing negativity into my realm, my energy field. It's like, no, don't do that. That is not what Jesus would do. Jesus, you want to know the truth, people? Jesus was the ultimate manifester. Do you know why? Because he did unto others what he wanted done unto him. He walked on water. He turned water into wine. He resurrected the dead. He healed the sick. He made it rain loaves of bread and fishes from the sky. You know how he did all that? Yes, he believed. Yes, he did everything that the law of the seven universal laws states and the law of attraction, all that. He did that. But here's the thing. He was so powerful. He was so enlightened because he followed the golden rule of loving everybody. Even Buddha had once said, the crowning achievement in life is loving your enemy. And I do. I look at it as, you know what? All these people that were negative to me, I love them all. Maybe not as much as the good people in my life because you know what? I'm attracting more of the good. But at the same time, they are all characters in my never ending adventure. They all have their part to play, as Neville Goddard would say. And you look at it like this, they may have meant evil or negativity for me with their selfish approach. However, I ain't going to let that break me because God meant it for good. It was meant to strengthen me, to show me this wisdom that I'm now sharing with all of you. So I look at it as it's a blessing. He creates the blessings and he creates the curses, but it is up to us to decide how we internalize that, how we take that into our own reality. So anybody who's been struggling, you reached out, you wanted somebody to talk to about what you could do to help, your situation, how to really understand the manifesting. Now, a lot of these coaches don't tell you that they're actually generating energy into you getting your goal when you pay them. They're actually helping you generating that positive energy because they profit off it. Then they do make it, and then you're like, oh, it worked. Okay, it was worth paying them. You had the power within you all along. You didn't need them. They are making you believe that you need them so that they can profit off you. That is not for the good of mankind, as Mr. Goddard explains. You should do with this power. That is for their own selfish gain, and in turn, karma will backfire on them. Backlash wave, right? So just remember, no, you have the power within you. You don't need to pay anybody to help you manifest all your dreams. You are totally capable of doing it. If every one of them could do it, so can we, right? And I tell you, I've seen things that have been miraculous in their own way, just on my own. And yeah, I have paid certain people to study the necessary scientific and psychological principles because there is four elements to all of how this works. You need to understand the physics laws of the seven laws of the universe. You need to have faith and belief, which relies on trusting God of the universe, or as the Taoists call the Tao. That's the spirituality aspect. It is a form of energy which perpetually transmutates, ties back into the physics principle of the universe laws, that it will pass through energy. It will be through energy. That's the physical aspect. And the psychological aspect is it all stems from the conscious and the subconscious. The subconscious is within us, it's not a part of our brain. It's like everybody thinks that the brain is the mind. It's not. It's no more than the fingernail is, as Bob Proctor would say too. But here's the thing. It is within us. It is endless. You ever notice how if you meditate or you do some of those hypnosis things, when you go internally within yourself, it almost seems like the space is so much bigger than anything on the outside. That's because it's unlimited abundance once you tap into it. Now, I'm sharing this information not because somebody's going to pay me money or want to, invest in me to coach them with this. I'm doing it because it's for the good of mankind. Now, that is truly powerful, positive energy that I'm projecting. So that's why I felt inspired. I felt compelled. I need to tell people this because there are people who are getting used by people on YouTube for their own selfish profit gain. And they don't even realize that when everything they want to manifest comes to life, that person is generating energy because they're so sure of themselves. They have mastered it that they are making it appear instantly. So you think it was because of them. No, it was because you surrendered to the universe, you let it go, and you knew that it would be so. You trusted in yourself. You think you're trusting them, but we are all each other pushed out. Therefore, don't let people use you for their own personal gain. You all have the power within you. You need to study. You need to take in all the necessary materials and you need to believe. And once you do that, more and more good things are going to come your way. So just remember what I said. And this is how I look at it too. You know what? Those people, they might have selfish intentions. They might have negative ambitions to benefit off people who are struggling. It's whatever. I realize I'm like, no, I would never do that because I am truly good within. That's how Jesus became the ultimate manifester because he loved thy neighbor as he loved himself. He loved everybody. That's the point. Love everybody. Do good unto others the same way you would want good done to you. That is how you attract everything you want. And I can tell you this from personal experience. This makes sense because if every one of us is all of us pushed out of ourselves from within, then okay, Wouldn't you want yourself to be treated the best way possible? You have to believe you deserve to be treated better than that, that you don't need these other people, that you are capable of doing it all on your own because the power, the infinite power of the universe and God within lies within all of us. We all can do it. Don't let these people take your money for something you are capable of doing on your own. Now, if anybody wants to study these laws of the universe or any knowledge that they're unsure of how to understand how this scientifically, psychologically, spiritually, and physically all is accurate truth, it is in thy word, thy holy scripture. It is referenced throughout all the dawn of time, throughout history. I could give you perfect examples of this. Many people who naturally were in control of their paradigms and were able to achieve massive levels of success unfathomable, then please contact me, shoot me a message, and I will do it for you. I will help you. I will teach you my wisdom, guide you where you need to go. And all I ask in return, pay it forward. I do something good for you, do something good for me. Don't give me your money. Imagine more good will come to me because I helped you. It's as simple as that, because that is how energy will transfer, it will circulate, and nobody will have to focus on material things. Which, think about it like this: we are all the highest forms of creation. We are spiritual beings living in a physical body in a material world. The material world doesn't matter. The 3D reality, forget it. It's like everybody says, think realistic, think logically. Forget that. No, think unrealistic, think illogically. Do what everybody says is crazy, and you can. But that's why I say, if anybody out there is struggling with this and they're going through any sort of hard times, that's how I'd look at it like this. I'd want people to help me, just because it's the right thing to do. It's good for the sake of others. So knowing that, that's why I felt inspired to pass this message along. Because anybody who will watch this, they will see, what he says makes a lot of sense. I want to learn Super Kami Guru, the guardian of the earth's wisdom, because he does not want to profit or gain off me. He just wants to share his knowledge to better mankind. And I know by putting out that positive energy, more good will come my way. That's how energy transfer works. So I hope this helps anybody out here who watches it, and that you will see you all have the potential and the power within you to get everything you desire, and you don't need to pay these people who are probably going to be negative towards you if you don't benefit them in some way. Don't do that. That's not for the good of mankind. That's not what Jesus would do. That's not what Buddha would do. And they were the ultimate manifestors. Do you know why Buddha had no wants or desires? I'll tell you why. Because he could have anything he wanted. He had tapped into the divine power within us to such a strong level, he didn't need to want anything. He could have anything he wanted. He had reached true enlightenment. And the same was with Jesus. Jesus only used his power to do good, because anything he needed, it was so. And see, yeah, he went through his own share of trials. But let me tell you this: he went through those trials because it was the ultimate test. It was his final test before he would continue on his spiritual journey. Now he is in heaven, and he has laid the foundation in scripture that those who read behind the lines and study it as the Bible says you should could really see all the power and potential that is within us already, that has been instructed to man since then. And even before that, it goes back, because if you want to change your life, even the Greek god Hermes said, you have to change your vibration, change your attitude, believe you can. And it's not something that comes overnight. It is something you have to work at. It's something you have to study. But trust me, I have learned from personal experience that if any of them can do it, if I can do it, any one of us can do it, because we are all God's highest forms of creation. So that's why I say, if anybody's out there, they're lost, they're confused, they're seeking advice, they're seeking guidance, feel free to shoot me a message, comment, whatever, do your thing. But I will help you. And not because I want anything in return for it, other than you knowing that good will come my way for putting more good out into the world. Because that's how it should be. That's how energy will circulate, and the world will become maintained in an ideal fashion. Anyways, this is Super Kami Guru Alucard. Peace out. Lots of love, light, appreciation, gratitude, and happiness for you all. God bless. And until you need me, I'll be here as the guardian of Earth.